always learning from Jackie Burke. He's kind of the patriarch of American golf now.
He's 100 and he still gets up every day and comes to Champions every day. And if he can't come, sometimes we're closed on Monday, he's like, doesn't know what to do with himself. It's part of his fabric, it's who he is. My husband, Jack, was born in Fort Worth in 1923. His parents were Ovatus Quell and, his father, John Joseph, the same as Jack. He learned from his father, who was a pro at River Oaks, a great player and a great instructor. Still carries his mother's picture in his wallet. Jack played golf at a very young age. I have a photograph of him. The golf bag was bigger than he was.
My dad was trying to get my mother to play a little golf, and my mother used to let me tee it up with a tee in the fairway.
Jack, as a young man growing up at River Oaks, he would tell me stories that a lot of the great pros would come to dinner and eat at their house, and they would share stories and talk about golf. I do know that Harvey Pinnock was one of them. I think being around it, he just became one of the greatest players in the world.
For me, I would never have done what I've done in golf without him. He was so helpful and so strict and so like a parent to me that I pretty much knew what I was doing starting out in the tour. More than that, he was like a surrogate father to me. I came over here when I was about 18. Never really saw my parents more than about a couple of weeks a year. From then on, for the last 35 years, spent almost every day with Jackie Burke.
As an amateur, Jack qualified for the U.S. Open in '41, and he would talk about U.S. Opens to me that was difficult for him because he wasn't a straight driver. They called him Jungle Jim, and that's because he apparently drove it all over the place. But once Jack was on the green, he was the master of the turf. So he knows how to roll the ball. He has a great feel for that. There is a technique to rolling a ball over hitting a ball. Jack played on the Pro Tour for a short while. He was also pro at Galveston Country Club. And he decided, I guess a storm came through and his pro shop was out in the ocean. So he decided, I'm gonna join the Marines. And he wanted to join the Marines because he felt that was the best. Jack talked about in the Marines that he was taught a lot of judo, so he's very good at that. He's still good at falling because he falls a lot now at 100, but he never hurts himself. He says you gotta learn how to roll when you fall, so he's really, knock on wood, has not broken any bones. He served 4 years. His father died while he was in the Marines. That was very devastating for him. But when he got out, he continued back on the tour. Right after the war, Jack worked at the Metropolis Golf Club, and he also worked at Wingfoot. I know at Wingfoot, he worked under Claude Harmon, who became a very good friend.
In 1956, after he won the Masters, he finished off the season with a victory at the PGA Championship. He won 3-2 over Ted Kroll. He was awarded a $6,000 first prize check. Unfortunately, the check bounced.
My check was hot. They didn't have the money for my check. I had to get to see if we can't straighten this out. Eventually we did.
Jackie became a not only a champion in golf, winning the Masters and the PGA, but once he did that, he says, Epsy, I proved I could play golf. Now I gotta work, and he built Champions, one of the great clubs in the United States.
Sam Snead had one, Hogan had one. The day that they tell you it's the last putt you'll ever have to strike, that's the day you better have a job.
Great professionals have come through here, and that's really why he built this club, was so the rest of Texas could see what great golf is. Jack played on 5 Ryder Cup teams, and he captained 1. He was an assistant co-captain to Hal Sutton in 2004. I know that was very important to Hal because I remember Hal just, I want Jack to be my non-playing captain. I remember him talking about it, and he was excited to ask him, and Jack was excited to be a part of it. I got to be a part of it. It was incredible.
When I went out on the tour, Jackie Burke and Jimmy DeMeritt traveled together. They grew up together. As a matter of fact, Jimmy DeMeritt babysat Jackie Burke. But those two guys, the young Texas guys, the Dave Mars, the Joe Blacks, the Billy Maxwells, all the young Texas guys that came out on the tour, they looked after you. You know, they'd play a practice round with you. They'd, just walk by and say, how's everything going? You know, or you knew you could go to them, and if you had questions, you knew you could go to them. And they just kind of looked after all the guys.
Jack loves to teach. He'll teach anybody at this club. He would walk down the driving range and help people. He didn't expect you to pay him. He just wanted to help you. He's a great putter. People, have come to him for seeking his advice, professionals and amateurs. There's no quit in him. Jack's that kind of guy that he tells you today, those clubs don't know it's raining out there. Get out there and practice.
And he promoted the game. He promoted golf, and he loved teaching golf. His book is titled Golf is a Game. Everybody should read that before they go play golf.
He is one of the kindest people you'll ever know. Very honest, sincere. I know all of his employees have loved working for him at Champions. We've had some that have been here 40 years. That's because of who he is. He comes to work every day as an employee, not as an owner. He walks in as a person like everyone else, and he treats everyone with respect, and he's treated with respect, and people love him because he's approachable.
He's very honest. Well, he's in the front row of church every Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock. If you want to find Jackie Burke, go to the Catholic Church over here, St. Ignatius, at 5 o'clock on a Saturday, any Saturday. That's where you'll find him for sure.
He's always there, willing to help and willing to promote, which he says pro means promote. So he has promoted this game his entire life. It's what's made him continue to live for 100 years is because of the love of this game and this club. He's one of a kind. He's irreplaceable.